It's me. Hey, everybody, DJ Strick here. Welcome to Streamers Hub. This is the Monday night show. And last week I missed you on Monday. You know why? Because we did a stream on Wednesday for Valentine's Day. I want to thank content creator Jade for coming on and being a part of the love stream. And I hope you guys had a chance to see that. If you hadn't, all you have to do is go to One Stream Live's YouTube channel where you're seeing this and watch the love stream. We had a lot going on in that show. More importantly, it was an opportunity for us to get together and kind of celebrate Valentine's Day together. So it was really cool. Today, you are here because I'm talking about being yourself with a twist. We're going to talk about how to be on live streams, all right? Be authentic and also perform, or whether you should do either of the two. Like tonight is going to be a great one. So with that being said, there's a few things I would like to talk about. And one of them is about our program here at OneStream Live, the affiliate program. You get 55% commission. So if you're someone that's a content creator trying to find ways to earn money online, this is a great way to be a part of the marketing program by actually sending your own affiliate link to your friends that will purchase. So they have to purchase OneStream Live, and when they do, you get 55% of that commission. Now, that being said, if there is a recurring commission, you get 25% of that as well. So OneStream Live is doing its best to help you monetize. So these things, as far as being a part of our affiliate marketing program, is whether you're a customer or not, you can sign up for this and be a part of our sales team. So I really, really like that. And if you're watching this and you always see me on and you're thinking, man, how can I be online like DJ Strick? With OneStream Live, join our Streamers Partnership Program. All you have to do is send your social media profile, preferably the one that you have the most followers, the most likes, and all of that kind of stuff with, to content at onestream.live. Again, that's your social media profiles to content at onestream.live and be a part of our Streamers Partnership Program. Like, I think that's the first time I ever did that, and I didn't double say something, right? To be seamless. I don't know what about the Streamers Partnership Program I can't get right, but I always mess it up. But I didn't today. I must really, really be on it today. So that being said, I have if you could tell, my name is DJ Strick, right? So why would I be called DJ? What kind of DJ was I? And I'm going to tell you this story only because I want to set up the rest of what I'm going to say today. So whether you're going to be yourself, whether you're going to be authentic to yourself, or you're going to figure out how to perform online and engage with people. So when I started, actually the first Sunday in March of 2000, I started my very first radio show that was completely my show. Now, before then, I was on a couple of shows to get a little bit of experience, but it wasn't my show. So now I'm starting my own radio show in Birmingham, Alabama, the first Sunday in March of 2000. So you can tell that was a long time ago. I was so excited about having an opportunity to be on the radio, and my first Sunday was garbage. I mean, it was terrible. I hadn't figured out what I call voice on radio. Like, what would I say between the segments? I didn't figure it out. I grew up in another part of Alabama, and it was a little slower. So what I heard on the radio didn't really transition to what I was trying to do in Birmingham and for the particular show that I had. So I didn't have a lot of experience, and I didn't have my own particular voice. So I was doing what I heard from other people. And I said my first day was garbage. I'm going to say this, because very few people would tell you how bad you are. My whole first year, and I would probably say year and a half, the very first year and a half on that show was not good. I'm telling you this from my standpoint. Now, after I have done it for a couple of years, things change. But the first probably year and a half, it was terrible. And all I needed to do was, hey guys, this is such and such artist. I just got through playing. This is their song, and it actually reached, on the Billboard charts. And now we're gonna hear this next song by one of my favorite artists. Here we go, right now with such and such song, right here on 95.7. That's all I needed to do. Like, that was my breaks. Or, hey guys, right before I go to commercials, I want you to know 1, 2, 3. And basically, they always tell you want to keep with one thought. So you always want to talk about one thing before you go to commercials. And that was really my job. I didn't have to do any long announcements. I didn't have to do any long 30-second spots. It was just getting from one song to the next or going into the break. That's all I needed to do. And within an hour's time, I was probably talking 5 or 6 times. And I could not get it together because I didn't have enough experience. It really took me probably about 2 to 3 years to develop the confidence of having my own voice. 2 to 3 years. So that's coming in some days, and I'm all excited. Hey guys, this is the show. This is DJ Strick. We're gonna have a great time. Here it is. I'm gonna start with the first song, and to days where I just wasn't feeling, I'll come in and say, "Oh, okay, guys. Hey, it's DJ Strick here, and glad you're joining me today. This is gonna be a first." I mean, it would really be that big of a gap between my excitement and then sometimes me being cool. It took me a very long time to establish my voice. But when I did, it was like smooth sailing. When I actually figured out, hey, this is where I want to be, because even when I'm super excited, I could be here. And even when I'm not feeling so well, I could be here. And all of the people that are listening to me, my audience, they will appreciate hearing me at this level. And I was good. I figured it out. I figured out how to get in and out of those breaks, how to actually go into a commercial, be authentic to who I am, but also have enough of a personality to engage people to what I was doing. So I believe during my show, in the segments that I ran, so I was up about 4 hours on those days, 4 hours set. I believe that during that time that people not only wanted to hear the music that I was displaying, but they also gained me as a, what do you want to call it, personality. As a personality, I started to be the person they wanted to hear from. And I thought it was super cool that not only did they know all of the artists I was playing, but they also knew DJ Strick, what I liked, what I didn't like, where I ate. I mean, all the stuff I was able to learn how to share from an authentic place that really made the difference with my audience engaging into me, and then us being able to share 15 years together. Oh my God. And still counting, because I don't have that particular show anymore, but now I'm able to have the voice here at OneStream Live. And I'm teaching how-tos. I'm teaching about different parts of content creating, different parts of live streaming, leading the Streamers Hub, and today having a conversation about being yourself with a twist. Having a conversation about how you can be authentic and how you can perform, or what should you be doing as a content creator that's live streaming, what feels most comfortable, what makes sense. If you guys have heard me long enough to know that I don't believe in if you are a content creator that wants to do how-tos or teach people different things, I don't believe in you going on to TikTok and doing a dance video. The dance video goes viral. Guess what? Everybody on TikTok wants to see. They want to see you dancing. They don't want to come back and see you teaching people content creation or how to set up a camera. They want to see the latest dance that you came up with. That being said, you have to find what is best for you. So inside of our description of this show, we have a couple of things that, from the topic standpoint, we want to be sure you get out of today's show. So as I told you that story, I had to find my own voice, not only for radio, but really for content creation as well. To even be a part of the One Stream Live Streamers program, I had to know how to present and do that authentically, but also engage people with somewhat of a slight performance. Like you just don't get on these streams and boom, you got it. You have to kind of figure it out. Guess what? I had a little heads up by being in radio because it's live streaming, just not with the video, right? It's live streaming, just not with the video. So big shouts out to Erica. Thank you for chiming in tonight. I do appreciate you being a part of the chat as always. I tell you, Erica, every time you come on, and you say something, if I know if Erica's there, I just feel so much more comfortable. All right. Erica is in the building, and I definitely appreciate that. So let's do this. The first thing that I want to talk about is understanding the difference between being authentic and performance. Okay. So the performance is, to me, you going on to TikTok dancing. That's a performance. Like if you go on TikTok dancing, you are performing. And there is a performance we can do even with our content videos and how-to videos. If you come on and whether you're live streaming or recording, and it is a personality that you are giving that's different from your normal personality, that is a performance. The question is, just like I said, how I learned how to have my own voice. If you're excited all the time one day and then one of the days you just don't feel it. Now, of course, you don't have to stream live or you don't have to record something when you don't feel like it. But what happens when you are really trying to do this the right way and you can't be authentic to yourself one day because you have made this character? Like characters, and let me just say how I feel it. Characters are made for Hollywood. Characters are made for the movies. The reason why people are using YouTube and they are kind of engaged into the process of YouTube and finding content is because the reality, it's kind of like the reality shows. Like we're finding real people doing real things, teaching us how to do them. And if you come across or if you try to build a character on content creation, and people find out that that wasn't really you, you would lose your audience. You really would. It doesn't matter how much you did. So I'll give you an example. We just had like the Usher Super Bowl performance was like one of the biggest ones, right? People loved it. And some people didn't like it so much, but it really came across really well, right? There was a time in one of his biggest albums, and the songs was so convincing that we thought that Usher was telling a true story. We thought Usher was telling true stories inside of this new album, and it is selling out because everybody's grabbing it thinking Usher is telling these secrets on this album and things that we thought is kind of like the tabloids, but he's telling on himself and he's monetized a way to be able to tell his truth. Turns out these were just written songs for Usher. It really wasn't about him. They were true stories, but they wasn't his true story. Guess what happened? The audience had mistrust at this time. They lost trust for Usher, and he actually, no matter how talented he was, no matter how great the music was, the people did not like the fact that they were being lied to in the music. So there was a point in time where Usher was not popular because he chose to sing songs and sell them as they were the truth, and they really wasn't. Like, I don't know how you get around that because a lot of people do music that's not true. But for whatever reason, how he sold this, because he was in a relationship with one of the members of TLC, Chili, right? So we're thinking this is something that happened between them because they had recently separated and they weren't dating anymore. We thought that this song represented what went down in their relationship, and it wasn't the truth at all. So he lost the trust of the people for a while. He worked his behind off to get the trust back. And he worked it off by being authentically who he is, which is a singer and dancer and a performer. Like the residency he had in Las Vegas recently really helped him. I mean, this guy is coming off having a couple of seasons on The Voice, being a judge. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, but that's not what performers really want to do. They want to perform, they want to sing, and he's still in his prime. But because people lost trust for him, he actually lost in popularity, even after selling all of those albums. Right? He wasn't being picked up for the shows. People wasn't allowing him to do big TV shows anymore, not to perform. But he's the same Usher he is today, but people lost trust in him and allowed that to help you. Now, I said performers and performances are made for movies, TVs, and Hollywood. When it comes to you being a content creator, you don't want to have a alter ego. I'm not saying you can't change your name for your own particular safety. All right? You don't have to do that. For your own particular safety, yeah, if you want to have a different name, that's cool. I use an alias. I mean, who's DJ Strick? Now, if you search DJ Strick, you're going to find all the information. You may be able to search down and find my real name. But, it's kind of cool. That was my DJ name, or is my DJ name, Strick. Okay? So even if you change something up for your own sanity, it is okay. But that doesn't mean that you make an alter ego or some type of performance person, because you have to do that over and over again. Why am I saying this? Because there are tons of people that get to a point, even successful point as content creators and building their channels, and they actually grow out of it. I don't want to perform anymore. I don't want to do that anymore. And there's no rhyme or reason to it, but they are not being authentic to themselves. And yes, it does happen from time to time where we grow out of a particular job that we have and we want to get back to our first love, which is creating, and not having all the extra stuff around creating, just creating the way I want to. Like, some people have, built videos around, hey, I quit. And what they're quitting from a YouTube perspective is trying to chase something that's not authentic to them. They want to quit doing things that they don't want to do. And why did they start in the first place? They started because they wanted to build a YouTube channel and be successful and be monetized and get all these deals and all this kind of stuff. And they felt they had to do that a certain way. What if you start the way you want to finish and being authentic to yourself? Now, being authentic to yourself, if you are a person with zero personality, I'm sorry, you're going to have to amp it up a little bit. Not perform, but give them a little more you, okay? I've been in radio and in front of the camera for a very long time, right? So I've learned some of the things that I need to do, how I need to look directly in that camera. If I'm looking directly into the camera and you're watching this video, you actually think in your own space that I'm looking at you, right? I am clearly in my studio looking at a camera lens. But I understand not only how it looks for me looking out at you, but how it looks for you when you look at me. The science behind what we do is oh so important. Okay? The science behind it means that if I am an introvert and a monotone and I have everything at the same level the whole way through, and it's hard for me to do that because I just learned how to inflect my voice and all that kind of stuff. But if you don't have some type of personality, you have to amp it up a little bit. I don't think that's performance. It's just knowing that you have to have a bigger personality because you're reaching more people through the video and content you have. And then when you're done, you can sigh a little bit, breathe out, exhale, and then go to your nice introvert quiet day, For people like me that are extroverts, I'm always talking, I'm always loud, and it always come out. So me talking here is authentic to me because of whether I was doing this or not, I would be somewhere talking. I promise you, Erica, if we were around, it's like, I wish Strick would just stop talking for a second so I could talk. I'm sorry, it's just me. So there is a level of being authentic and having some performance, which is what I'm saying, having a bigger personality to be able to speak to the masses through your video content. Okay? There's some people that are authentically always bubbly, always what I call having the right energy or being attractive, and people will be drawn to them. If you're not that person, but you want to make content, then you have to become that person while you are on video, while people can see you. Not that it's not authentic to you, but you're understanding I need to be bigger than my normal personality for the audience that I want to have. Is that performing? A little bit. It's a little bit of performance, but it's not performing and changing your name and whole particular character so that you could get on. It's not, being a puppet and puppet master. You're not Elmo and somebody's controlling you. All right? This is your voice, your face, your information. And all I'm saying is sometimes you may have to take it from a personality standpoint up just a little bit to be able to connect with the people in your audience. That's a good one. That's a good one. I can talk about this stuff all the time. So the next question is identify your core values and how they shape your content. This is really good because in any business, you're going to have a purpose, a mission, and values. No, purpose, vision, and mission. And part of your core values help you stay in line with your mission. What do you want people to get out of watching your content? And if you have core values, it allows you to have guardrails to what you do. So if it's outside of those values that you've established for yourself, you won't do it. If you watch me long enough to know that I have a certain type of vocabulary, it's not a huge vocabulary, but I don't curse in any of my videos. One of my core values is having a language that anybody could watch my content, right, and not be offended by words that I would say. From a standpoint of, just using words that I have to, or having a vocabulary that I didn't have to have a G-rated stream. All right. And there's some other things. There's some certain topics I particularly wouldn't talk about, not in a favorable manner. Okay. I have my values. And some of these things, if I'm talking about content creation, I mean, they have guardrails. Let's just talk about the content creation. We don't have to do social commentary. Okay. I don't have to do politics on the show. All right. I got guardrails. Like, we're just teaching people how to do content. So we're not going to argue about, who the next president should be. That's not what our content is about, right? I have guardrails set up so that I know that I'm going to stay in this lane. Anything outside of that, guess what? It may need to be another show, not this show. The Streamers Hub is helping streamers with One Stream Live be able to build content better to reach a larger audience. I've got my guardrails. And if you don't have those things, it can hinder you because you could really say something or do something outside of those values that you don't believe in. It could be a mistake to even talk about, but you could really affect your audience when it has nothing to do with what your content is because you don't have the values about that in your mind or have already had that set, and you do something outside of your audience value or what they will want or expect, and you're in trouble because the audience does not like it. And you got to do something to then rebuild their trust. You have to do that. Keep your values in front of you. And it really goes to the first thing. Those things should be authentic to you, not something that is alien to you. Oh, I forgot. I don't use those type words on the show. Oh, I said I wouldn't do this on the show. No, it should be you. to be authentically you. If you're a person that, could say all kind of things, all kind of words, put together, subject and verbs and all other kind of stuff to make a point, and it just comes out on a show, it's part of who you are. For me, I don't do that. So it doesn't come out. I'm not going to just make a mistake one day. I'm not, because it's part of me. All right, the next thing, because I love this. I love this. So identifying audience preferences and tailoring your content accordingly. So this is a good one because it's the next step. All right, so if you identify what your audience wants, it's kind of like after your first 100 videos, you've been authentic to yourself. You try to build an audience and the audience is there. You want to go back and look at your analytics. What hit home to them? What did they really like? What did they comment on? When they commented, what did they say? Like who is always in the comments like Erica? Like who's there? Who's hanging out with me? And as you look back at the analytics of your videos, now you know what the audience likes. You double down on some of the material or some of the things you've already talked about. Do it again in a different tone, in a different way, from a different angle, but it's the same type of information, and then see if your audience resonates with that again. Some people would say you go back through your top rated videos and just duplicate those videos. If you made 100, it's time to duplicate them. The best editing software in 2023. Well, guess what? It's 2024. It's time to do that video again. See if it resonates with people, look at the numbers, and then keep going. Okay? You want to be able to do that. You want to be able to do that. Okay, and here's the next one. Creating a seamless and authentic evolution for your viewers. Creating a seamless and authentic evolution for your viewers. Some people think that you have to be perfect, like from day one. And there's no way you're going to be perfect. Please understand, you're going to make some mistakes as a content creator. And you're definitely going to make some mistakes if you're a content creator that does live streaming like me. Oh my goodness. Systems not going to work the way they should work. Switchers may not work. I have several different products inside of my studio, more than my camera and a microphone, that I have to have on. I was live the other day and one of my lights just started blinking. Things are going to mess up. Rodecaster and Stream Decks and all these things that are inside of the studio that are connected to my computer, guess what? They can malfunction. How do you handle that? And how do you allow your audience to see you being authentically inside of a issue or a problem? Like the more you do, the more you are exposed. But I do believe that exposure connects you to your viewer, to your audience. How many people are 100% perfect? And who likes to watch perfect people? Nobody likes perfect people. Like when we go to the movies and watch movies, we're not watching perfect people. We think the actors are always all the way perfect and always done up and look Hollywood fit. But guess what? The stories that are being told inside of that movie provides conflict to the main character. The main character is not 100%. Like they are struggling through something, and then there's a climax to the movie that takes whatever that struggle is, and there's a win, there's a loss, or there's a plot twist and a change. All these things happen in real life. Those things happen as well. Like people like to be able to see you being authentic in the real moment. So for some of us that I just can't go live based off something could happen, guess what? Your audience is waiting on that. Your audience is waiting on that because there's not a time that someone hasn't gone live. Eric is saying that she hates when the tech doesn't work. She just tries to laugh it off. Guess what? You have to figure something out because at some point or another, tech's not going to work. The button that you normally press is not going to work. the light that normally comes on is not going to work. And you have to figure out how to do that and even do it in front of an audience live. But it's a part of the evolution. What I've learned is when I have a problem or issue, I give you a good one. Oh, I was on the other day live streaming. I'm just live streaming, having a good time. How to do this, how to do that. And I'm in my studio, which is in the basement of my home. It doesn't have a heater down here. So I have a heater that I turn on to make sure I'm nice and toasty inside of my studio. Well, guess what? My camera kept going out and I was a little too far away to see what message it was giving me. And I'm telling people to hold on, don't worry. I don't know what's going on with my camera. I'm turning the camera off and on. And I finally look at the camera and I see the caution hot button. I made it so toasty in my basement from the heater that it was too hot for my camera. I learned that day, okay, because it hadn't happened since then. I learned that day that my camera has precedence over the climate in this studio when I am live. I no longer control the climate in my studio. My camera does, because I want the camera to be on. Huh? I'm telling you, I want the camera to be on. And not just me. Like, I can be a little cold or a little hot, but I want to make sure that camera doesn't turn off during my stream. I had to learn that live. Okay? Like, sometimes that happens, guys, and you want to be prepared and ready for it. So yes, when it comes to live streaming and having a personality, you want to be authentic with a twist, a slight one, understanding that you need to be a little bigger, have a little bigger personality because you're talking to so many people at one time. But you also want to know that being authentic is every person you talk to, you should be talking to them one-on-one. So when I am talking to people, I am talking to that one person. Like, I don't have to say, or I shouldn't say y'all. I should say you when you have an issue or a problem. And that represents everyone that's watching all at the same time. Like, that is a mouthful for people. I've been doing this for a while, so some of the things are just second nature to me. But yes, you want to speak to the individuals when you are live streaming or doing any kind of content creation, even if it's recorded, because someone more than likely they're going to be watching this on their own, on their phone, on their TV. It's going to be one-on-one. They're watching to get this information, and it's just you and them. Recognize that. You don't have to put them in a group. Make it just one person. And I promise you, it'll make your content better. Like tonight was something we really needed to talk about. And I am very passionate about teaching people how to go live and how to do it in a very confident and authentic way. You can be authentic with a twist. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this tonight. This has been a pleasure for me to do. And if you are watching this in the replay, please let me know where you're watching from. And if you learned something tonight, don't hesitate. Hit the like button. Let me know that you learned something, and I would appreciate it. It will help OneStream Live know exactly what resonates as far as the content with you. We have so much more to talk about this month. This month is coming to a close. I think I have this may be the last Monday. Let me check this. Of course, I know how many days are in February, but I don't know how many days are in this February. So it is, where's my February? Today is the 19th. And the 26th, be me and you, on the 26th of February. We have some more to talk about. Oh, yeah, I love it. We have more to talk about, so don't worry about it. I'm coming back, and that is the 1, 2, 3, 4th Monday in the month. So guess what you get to have on the 4th Monday? The panel. The Streamers Hub panel is coming back this Monday, and we have some great content coming your way. So Matt, Rachel, Erica, Joe, and Harry Oh my God. I'm hoping everybody could make it this Monday because we're going to have a great time talking to you with the Streamers Hub panel. So don't miss out on that. That's next Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You do, of course, have me, DJ Strick, and it's been a wonderful time hanging out with you tonight. And you know how I like to do it. Like when I end the show, I like to end it with my thank you to you for watching and
Hey, this is DJ Strick, and I've had an awesome time with you today. Thank you for watching another edition of the Streamers Hub right here on OneStream Live.